do the day before, so I know that I'm continuing to get better. And at the end of the day, I know my team needs me. So it's about helping them whichever way that I can. But it's about being right mentally and counting those small victories.
Oh, that's nice.
Rehab is very, very exhausting. I will say I feel like it's different for an athlete to rehab than a regular person, because a regular person still has to do their job, like their day job and everything else, and rehab. Whereas for an athlete, it's just your job to rehab.
Right.
However, the mental part of it is worse for athletes, because if you don't get better, that is your job.
Right.
And a big part of coming back from injuries like this is trusting yourself. I mean, it's the process of the injury. Like, obviously, when you initially get hurt, it hurts. Right? But then it's going to hurt for a long time, because you're going to have surgery. You're going to have to teach yourself how to walk again. You're going to have to do the stretches at home. You have to ice. It's like an exhausting process. And that's what he's talking about. Like, the way to stay focused through that is the small victories every day. Your knee bent a little bit more. You were able to stand for a little bit longer. You rode the bike for a little bit longer. But they've obviously been missing him. The Cowboys have. They've gone 1-5 without him. Andy Dalton, Ben DiNucci, and Garrett Gilbert have a total of 1,182 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. I do think that Dak is going to be back with the Cowboys next year.
I do too. I would move off, but he will be back. I
think he'll be back.
Yeah.
So, the Chargers don't have much to celebrate this season with a 3-8 record, but they can be happy that they found their franchise quarterback. Yeah. And Justin Herbert has averaged 294.6 yards per game, had a 66.5 completion percentage in November with 11 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And those numbers have earned him Offensive Rookie of the Month, honors for the second straight month.
He's really, really special.
I think it's great. I mean, we were exactly on the same page with Justin Herbert. Weren't sure. Felt like he had, like, the physical type and the arm, but, like, I didn't see enough from him throughout the season.
And what we saw
in the bowl game, I saw what I needed to see.
Yeah, I mean, Senior Bowl and Rose Bowl, he was the best player easily in both those games. And so, to me, that's where I went from... To me, there was a narrative both you and I thought at the end of the year, which was... I kept hearing from people I trust in the business, like scouts and stuff. They're like, Oregon's really conservative and they don't have good receivers. Like, he's better. Like, Oregon is the thing limiting him, not him. Right. And then when he was dominant at the Senior Bowl, and then Wisconsin had a good defense, and he made people miss. He was great against Wisconsin. Then you're like, okay, the staff didn't feel comfortable with Justin's backup. So they kind of ran a conservative game plan until there was no games left, and they let him go. And it's like, wow. I just think it's so impressive how he's been able to step in and take over the team when he was not expected to start this season. I mean, we've just forgotten what happened with Tyrod Taylor. Like, he was not even supposed to be out here. Like, he was supposed to be sitting and learning, and has stepped right in, Offensive Rookie of the Year for 2 straight months. I always thought Joe Burrow was a step above Herbert and Tua. Yeah. And my questions with Tua were kind of what put Herbert and Tua on the same level to me. I didn't love the injury history with Tua coming in. Like, obviously he had the talent and the wow factor, but injuries matter to me. Are you available? That's a skill to me. And Herbert seemed like he was obviously very conservative as a player, but that was really just the system that he was in. So I'm happy that it's going well for them. I hope that they put the pieces around him so they can be successful. Finally, big fight tomorrow night. We are locked down here in LA, so I'm looking forward to sitting on the couch and watching this. Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia, the two will be battling for the world welterweight title. Spence is undefeated in his boxing career with 21 knockouts, and Garcia is on a 2-fight win streak with a 36-2 record. This is a real fight. America gives us about 2 great fights a year. This is one of them.
This is a great fight. Remember, Spence was injured in a car accident in October of 2019, so he hasn't fought for 14 months. I was at Staples for the Spence-Porter fight, which was a really great fight. And Spence won by split decision. That was September 28th of 2019. So this is going to be a really well-matched fight. And it could, if Spence wins, lead to the Terrence Bud Crawford welterweight title fight, which is kind of what this is leading up to. So this is a really big fight on Saturday. You can catch the weigh-in at 2 Eastern on FS1. You can buy the fight now at foxsports.com/PeakTV, but I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to go with Spence.
Yes, we should. He's the favorite and should.
Well, he hasn't fought in a long time, and this is his first fight since that car accident where he was thrown from his car and almost died. So this is like, even though it's obviously Spence is the better fighter and is going to be the favorite in this, there is a whole story to this that he hasn't fought since that accident. So it's going to be a good time on Saturday night.
Buy it. I will. Joy will. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Difference between a great story and a great player or great coach. And Aaron Rodgers celebrates another birthday in Green Bay. But you know it's not the perfect fit being Green Bay. That's coming up. There's no better story than a Cinderella story. A low seed in March Madness sneaks up on everybody, bunch of doubters, but they just work harder, scrappier than the 1 seeds and the 2 seeds. Pure Talk Wireless is a Cinderella story. Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T are the 1 seeds. Big and powerful. Charge you for data you don't need or use. Pure Talk lays it out on the line. The scrapper. You get the exact same coverage as the big number 1 seeds like T-Mobile because it's on the same towers.